Hello guys, this iPhone guy here with you today, and instead of doing a jailbreaking video, I'll do that tomorrow or the next day, I decided to do you, that's what she said, a little review on a very basic, simple, but interesting product, and that is none but the Steinhill SGP Anti-Fingerprint LCD protection film. I myself hated cases, never touched them. I had just gotten my iPhone 3G and I was actually looking how to clean it well. And, I came across Carlos and was like, oh cool, these are some nice cases. Now I hated cases. Once again, I got the Invisible Shield from Zag opening day when I got my iPhone because I didn't want to scratch it, but I didn't want a case. I didn't want the bulk of the case. Because the only case I'd ever had before was for my iPod Nano, first generation. It was an iSkin silicone one with like super stretchy silicone. Every single lint stuck to it. I hated it. So I was like, no cases, done. I got this Invisible Shield and it was crap. Started peeling just a few weeks after I even had a professional install it. And I was like, this is lame. I'm going to get one of these cases. And I wanted to get this little Contour Designs Contour Flick. But I didn't really want to go out and spend $35 on a Contour Flick, So I was like, well, maybe I can get a review unit. I was like, well, maybe I'll just start making videos like Carlos. I mean, that's a cool thing he does. A lot of people watch him. He's really well liked, and so I'm going to try that too. And so I did. I contacted Contour Designs, and they were like, oh, hey, what's up? And I told them, I was like, oh, I'm a YouTube reviewer. And they didn't really have a little system implemented then. That's before companies really got asked that by anyone. And they were like, well, okay, do you have any people that watch you? I'm like, no, I'm brand new. They said, well, we'll tell you what. If you give us $10, we'll let you have any iPhone case you want. So $10, any iPhone case. I was like, oh, okay, that's a pretty chill deal. And I picked up this little number right here. The Contour Flick. This is still my original Contour Flick. Looks great. I mean, I use this all the time. Still, it's like one of my favorite cases. Just the simplicity of it, just the basic needs of it. But I was like, well, I should probably get something for my screen too, because these Contour Flick things didn't come on, right? So I eventually got a power support anti-glare fingerprint film. I was like, oh, these look cool. I'll try these. Carlos liked his anti-fingerprint. I'm thinking, did Carlos have a video on him? I don't remember. But I was like, oh, cool. Well, a few people like him, so I'm going to check him out. Got it. Hated it. Thought it was the worst product. I installed it really poorly, like the first 3 times. They were not sticky. I didn't like the feel of them, so I just pulled them off and I was way happier. Well, times went on. I progressed. And I never really found a need for a screen shield for an iPhone 3G. I just didn't care because my 3G, I had it in my pocket. I was careless with it. It didn't ever scratch the screen. The screen never scratched. I was like, well, why get one, Well, when I got my 3GS, it was a little bit of a different story. I did the same thing as my 3G. I didn't stick a screen shield on. I just let it go, And I've noticed lately there's a few hairline little scratches that go down the face of on the actual glass. And I'm thinking it's the anti-fingerprint film that's new for the 3GS. Now, some people mock that. Some people taunt it. I'm a firm believer. I know. For me personally, it works to the fullest. I mean, it doesn't eliminate fingerprints, but dang, you get so much less fingerprints on the 3GS than the 3G. But I decided to do this and get another anti-fingerprint film because people just love these that like them. You either love them or you hate them, And so I was like, yeah, all right, I'll try these. These were very highly rated. Carlos loved these. And I was like, all right, I'll get one. So for iPhone 3G right here, film made in Japan, and it's very, very simple packaging. I ripped it, by the way. Not anything complex. There's their install instructions, which, by the way, are crap. If you want to install a screen shield perfectly every single time, go to my channel, the old one, that Snazzy iPhone Guy. I have a how to perfectly install a screen shield video, and it works every single time. I guarantee it. So what you get in here is you get your bubble squeegee remover, which actually is very firm. I hate the crappy ones people give you. So SGP gives you a good one. You get a little, I don't want to call it a microfiber because it's not. It's more like a little cloth. It's not microfiber because they're not filaments. It's almost like I don't know. Anyways, and then they give you a pair, meaning 2, of SGP screen shields. Now, unlike most There's an adhesive side and a regular side, obviously, and they're covered on both most of the time. Let me find one. Do I have another screen shield laying around? Here's one. This is actually my old power support one. Alright, so here you go. They're usually covered on this side and this side. You pull this one off. This one is still applied. You get it, you squeeze all the bubbles out, and then you rip this one off. That's so you don't rip this. Well, Steinhale doesn't have that. They just have the adhesive side. And anti-fingerprint seemed to scratch pretty easy for me, so that was a bit of a little downer for me, and that's a thumbs down on this, is they should really put an extra protection layer on the face of the device when you're installing it. Now, I installed it in no more than a minute with my perfect install technique. I mean, look at that. Honestly, that is perfection right there. Look at that screen shield install. You're just appalled. Oh, that is beautiful. Anyway, so this is anti-fingerprint, meaning I wouldn't call it anti-fingerprint because it still does pick up fingerprints. I mean, little smudges, if your hands are kind of sweaty, you're going to get some stuff. Now, granted, it doesn't appear when the screen's on, but they are there. So it's not fingerprint eliminator. I would call it fingerprint resistant. Now, it does give you this matte finish. It's not glossy, which for me, I kind of like. It looks sicker. But one thing, there's two things that I hate about it. One thing is it really reduces the clarity of your device. I mean, just the overall look and physique, they're just a little bit muffled. It's almost like they're a little blurred under the screen. Oh dear. Which isn't that big a deal for most people, but for some people, including me, I'm not a fan. I like to be able to see the crystal clear. And one thing about these is when you take an anti-fingerprint off, you're like, oh my gosh, I can see, because everything is so much more crystal clear. That's why I'm not really a fan of these. The second reason is oh yeah, they're horrible in sunlight. You do not want to use this in the sunlight. It's even worse than your regular phone, because you can see that. That's kind of the effect you get when your sun is shining right down on it. It's really difficult to see it. That's one thing I hate about this, is you can't read it. And if the sun is right there, you have to like cover your head over your phone, and then that gets to be a pain in the butt. So that's another big problem I had. One thing I do like about the SGP is its physique is very thin. I mean, it's very thin line. You can slide it in any case, and you have no problems with it. There's no crumpling on the edges, none of that bad stuff that happens, and so I do like that. It's a thinner membrane. Overall, do I think it's $15? Do I think it's worth the price you pay, $15 for two? On a 3G, no. On a 3GS, yes. Because it does scratch easier on a 3GS. And you know, for some people, that's a big deal. And I didn't want scratches, so I decided to install this. It's okay. I would rather use a crystal clear film. But that's just me. That's just my opinion. Obviously, that's the only one I really care about because, no, I'm just kidding. It is interesting because some people love them. Some people swear by them. I'm not really a fan. Well, so that's it. My final review is 3 out of 5. Hard to see in the sunlight, blurs your vision a little bit. I don't know, I just don't feel it. Alright, now, in our final closing moments, we have another giveaway. I'm just feeling like giving all this crap away that I've got, and this one we're going to give away a fantastic little case, and it's Switch Easy Colors for iPod Touch. Now this is the crimson color, beautiful. It's a crimson red, and then there's a dark red button, which is the new, is the trademark color, the little bubble button. And I do like this. Now if you notice, that's for the iPod Touch 2nd generation. And so there you go. For what it's worth, that's what I'm giving away. To enter the contest, email giveaway. It's giveaway@me.com. giveaway@me.com, and the subject will be colors. That's all you need to do to enter. Please don't enter if you have an iPhone 3G or you don't have an iPod Touch. Let's let these winners, let these iPod Touch users get the higher chances of winning. Very thin, very streamlined design, very switch easy. Comes with 2 screen shields. $14.95 value. I'll ship it out next day, or try. And that's about it. So thank you guys for watching the Switch Easy Colors once again. Don't comment on this video. Email me. It's a better way of doing it. Don't spread the word out. Hey, check this kid out. He's doing a giveaway. This is just for you guys, just for my subs. So that's that. The Steinfeld LCD protection film final thesis, 3 out of 5. Thanks for watching, and as always, stay snazzy.